Hey guys, it's RG the Awesome here bringing us our team recap for the UBC Season 2. Um, Showdown was having a little bit of difficulty, so I actually didn't get to record my semifinals match. And hold on, I'm going to go ahead and turn sound off from Skype. I didn't get to record my semifinals match with Third, but I was full of a took and completely forgot that I sacked off Claydol right off the bat, and I was running a trick room team, and with two trick roomers between Dustclops and Claydol. And yeah, I forgot I sacked off Claydol when I really, really needed Claydol. And made a really bad choice and lost Dustclops too early. But anyways, so for Season 2, we ended up getting a third pick, and my plan actually went pretty well according to what I wanted. I wanted Thunderous Therian, either Mega Lopunny or Mega Metacham, Shuckle, or Galvantula, and then Volcarona. And then as a side thing, I was wanting Slowking and Tangrowth. But if I didn't get either of those, I was going to go for Alomomola and Amoonguss. So first pick, I decided out of all the mons that I want, the one that's probably going to be picked, I don't see any of them getting picked right off the bat, but the one that has the biggest chance of being picked would be Thundurus. So I decided to go with Thundurus, and oh my gosh, that special attack and that speed and Volt Switch and Volt Absorb, which gives me an electric immunity. And he also has a decent attack, so I can run him physically offensive if I wanted to. And but I think it was 2 or 3 picks right after me. Tangrowth was chosen first round. And so I decided with the Grass Regenerator going really quick, I'm going to go ahead and pick up Amoonguss as soon as possible. So Shrooms the Amoonguss is on our side. Really just here for Regenerator because I love the Regenerator. Clear Smog is also really good. And of course, there's the Almighty Spore. And then returning from last season, the only Mon returning, we have Purple, the Alomomola. Purple was by far the star of last season, soaking up hit after hit after hit. And, well, hopefully Purple can just do the same exact thing here. So then I decided I really need a spinner because I'm planning on drafting Volcarona. So let's go ahead and pick up Donphan. Sturdy, Custat Berry, or if I really want to, I can run Sandstorm and give it Sandveil. HP and defense are really great. Attack is also pretty good. Other stats are a little lackluster, but he's just here to spin away hazards and set him up if I want him to. I may run him offensively once or twice, just because I'm that kind of person to just run something offensively because it's got a decent attack, in which Elephant has a good 120 attack. So, anyways, as I said, I wanted to get Volcarona just because of the work he is putting in the Orange League. And that's, yeah, I guess. Plus, it adds more special bulk. Like all my team, except for Thundurus, can be ran defensive. Volcarona is not too good of a choice because of his weakness to rocks, but he has a good special defense, and I believe he gets Roost, so that makes him pretty viable for a defensive mon. So. Wow, I can't believe this fell down to 6th pick. I was looking through Mons. I'm like, okay, I want another hard hitting Mon before I go for the Pokemon I don't see anyone drafting anytime soon. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Manaphy has not been chosen. Tail Glow, anyone? Oh my gosh, I'm surprised Manaphy dropped down as far as it did, and we'll see. It can also be ran defensively. It's one of the most viable mons just because of its base stats. just being 600 across the board. Yeah, it gives me a second water type, but they don't do the same thing. Purple's there to be a regenerator and to take up any physical hit. And Sea Prince, the Manaphy, is just to be totally usually offensive. I may run him defensive once or twice, but it's probably not going to happen just because I have purple. So now to the second half of the draft. I decided because I didn't know what I wanted between I knew I could get Shuckle at the very last pick. There's just who's gonna draft Shuckle other than me. Let's go ahead and pick up our Mega Medicham, and Pure Power is amazing. The attack is doubled with, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then Fake Out just does Fake Out plus High Jump Kick or Zen Headbutt or whatever is just so amazing. So, and the next pick I was thinking about getting was actually Metagross. Because while Metagross and Medicham like they're both psychic types, I wanted a more bulkier psychic type, and plus the steel type there really just kind of helped him. And I don't know, I enjoy running bulky Metagross. But Metagross was sniped for me. I'm like, okay, look for a psychic or steel type in the same not the same tier, but look for a psychic or steel type. Look, ooh, there's Mesprit. It can hit pretty hard. However, as you can see, it's named Mistake because afterwards I realized Medicham is so much more better. I shouldn't have drafted Mesprit. I should not have drafted Mesprit, and I did swap him out, and I'll get to that later. But next up, I was looking through for some more just offensive Pokemon. I have enough defensive Pokemon with not Slowking, but Amoonguss and Alomomola, and then Shuckle later on in the way. I want a good offensive Mon, and I went with Blackwing or Honchkrow, and it can be ran both as well. And Moxie is just amazing, just purely amazing, and it gets Sucker Punch, which I think it gets Sucker Punch. It better get Sucker Punch. Okay, yeah, it gets Sucker Punch. I was gonna say if it doesn't get Sucker Punch. However, this is our second flying type, so we are a little weak to rocks. But so I was looking through, looking for a tier 4 that I could do to fill out my points. And while looking for the tier 4 through the tier 4s, I saw a tier 4 that I did not want to see. I saw Shuckle. And so I freaked out. Like, oh my gosh, I thought it was tier 5. This is going to throw off my entire plan. All right, just choose a random tier 5. Random tier 5, and we chose Shiftry. 2 dog types, back to back. I mean, Shiftry wasn't a terrible pick. And he also says mistake number 3, but I'll get to that later. But, I don't know. I shouldn't have picked Shiftry. But for our last pick, we did get our Shuckle. Once again, Hazard, Stealth Rock, Sticky Webs, which is really, really good with my team. Of course, I'm not going to just like randomly send him out there. I'm going to wait until I get until the time is right to set up my rocks and stuff. But all right. So after the draft, I was looking through tier 4 and tier 5, looking for just some offensive mons. And coming from the Orange League, we have Exploud. Scrappy Boomburst is amazing, and I just really like Exploud. And I needed more special offense, and which you can't get very much better, especially than Exploud, just because of Stab Boomburst based 210 because of Stab. And with Scrappy, you better be a rock or steel type, or you are not taking that hit. In which he gets moves to handle rock types and steel types. So there's that. So let's go ahead and put in your name. Okay. So I was looking through tier 5. And I'm like, okay, well, I got enough bulk. Like I said, I want some good offense. Who's the best offensively for my team? Who's just the best offensive mon in tier 5? I chose Sock because of how high his attack was, and I chose Exploud for tier 4, so I decided I wanted a good physically offensive mon. And either that or Archeops, but as I said, I have so many flying types, I'm so weak to rocks. So I went with Stock, Sock. And then like 5 minutes afterwards, my friend Cajon is like, you do realize you have Mega Medicham and Sock. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. No. So I ended up having to put in my last transaction, week 1, for Cryogonal. He's decently offensive with 95 special attack, and he provides good special bulk with 135, and his speed isn't bad with 105. But I looked at my team, and I actually don't have much for dragon types other than Manaphy with Ice Beam / Dazzling Gleam, and I don't want that. Uh, so I decided to go ahead and pick up Cryogonal. Plus, I needed a good spinner, and while it's not the best spinner, it'll work. Um, Plus, with Levitate, that's another switch in for Earthquake. Like, people aren't, like, Earthquake's never going to be coming my way because of how many flying types I have. Um, kind of upset about the draft I ran. I'm going to make you shiny because I enjoy you. The draft I got, just because it was a good plan right off the bat. Mega Metacham, Shuckle, and Thunderous with Volcarona and maybe that good Regen Core, which I didn't end up getting, but got a good bet with backup. But I don't know. The 2 picks that I just totally, oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, week 1 we will be going up against the finalist. He got second place, Adam the Bee's Knees. So expect that match to be coming. Oh my gosh, I haven't looked at his team, but I really hope we have a good matchup against his, because so far this league has been stressful with those missed drafts I did. But anyways, you guys stay awesome. I know I will, and I will see you next time.